Today we are in Hong Kong with Xpeng, and while everybody is fighting over SUVs and mid-size SUVs and crossovers, there's still the sedan to consider. And I'm going to talk you around this P7 Plus. Now it is a very busy media day, so there's quite a lot of people walking around, so if somebody's blocking the shot, don't worry, I'm still with you. Walking around the car, this is a classic sedan, a car that really has to compete maybe with a Tesla Model S, the Mercedes SQ, for example, the bigger electric sedans. So no SUV, no higher seating position, no higher up, real low, sleek and elegant. If we walk around the car, you can see it's a 5-meter long car, so it's a large vehicle, almost 2 meters wide, but not very high. I'm 183 high, so you can see that this car is certainly not in the SUV range. And that's excellent, because that classic sedan is still alive. It's not for everybody, granted, and everybody is flocking to the crossovers and SUVs, but this shape of car, this model type, is still very much alive and still very interesting for a lot of people. The design itself is very elongated, obviously with a 5-meter long profile. It's a very stretched car. I would love to see a station wagon version of this, actually. And it works. If you're a fan of cars like the Model S, for example, this is definitely up your wheelhouse. When we walk to the back, it gets even more interesting, because the boot space is enormous. Now, I like to go sit in cars, as you know, so come here. The capacity here is fantastic. Such a long car, so you have so much space to work with. It is really, really cool. The only downside, obviously, is that this is a very sloping rear, so that you lose a lot of height here in the back. But still, it's so nice to have this much volume. And that volume also comes into play at the back. So if we look here, you can see the amount of space back here. I'm now sitting, this is not quite my driving position, but it's not far off. The amount of space, you can't even measure it with your fingers. It's 2 hands of space. So it's amazing what you can do with this kind of profile. And of course, here inside, it's all luxury and Xpeng goodness. So we're gonna have a look in the front now. Now, here in the front, you step into a sea of Xpeng goodness. Everything starts beeping and bonging right away. And again, we're at a heavy, busy media event, so if there's people walking or in and out of the car, then just so you know. Here you're cocooned in luxury, I would almost say. We have an enormous panoramic roof spanning almost the entire length of the car, and then a giant front window, a lot of glass around you, all in general. The first thing you're greeted with, obviously, is the steering wheel, classic Xpeng, I would say. Very simple, just 2 scroll wheels and a bunch of buttons on each side. Real stalks, that's really nice. No touchy swipey stuff going on there. And the big infotainment screen combined with your driver's display. I really feel at home as soon as I get into this car, and that's a hard thing to do for a car maker, but it feels almost instantly familiar. So I think the ergonomics have been designed really well. I haven't lived with this car, in all honesty. I'm just sitting in it for the first time now, but it feels very ergonomically sound. Like, I'm comfortable here, I'm cocooned in the car, the seats are cushiony. It's all very pleasant. I'm not sure if I would go for this full wide spec, to be honest. But it's a nice place to be from the get-go, and everything feels sort of within reach. There is a classic Chinese complete lack of buttons. So besides the buttons here on the steering wheel and your window controls, that's it. Everything else is done through the central screen, and I'm sure also through voice command. But it's nice that they haven't gone overboard and forgot about normal everyday creature comforts like your stalks and your indicators. So that's good. So first impressions here are quite nice. I can really get comfortable here. The seats are obviously 19-way adjustable and so on. And it's really nice. And especially combined with the space you get in the rear, I can also see that this is a very suitable car to be chauffeured in, because there's so much space in the back. But as a family car, this would certainly also work. There's plenty of space for kids. You saw the trunk earlier. There's so much luggage capacity. And overall, it's just a pleasant place to be. Now, obviously, this car comes in a variety of trim levels and powertrain options. So depending on what you need and what you might want, you can choose either one. Obviously, they all have different price points as well. But in general, the base spec of this car is already quite complete, so you can start working up from there. All around, I'd say it's a very nice showing. For the limited time that we get with this car here at the media event, it's nice to get familiar with the car so quickly, and I think that's a hard thing to do, so props to Xpeng for doing that. I like that it's still a very traditional sedan shape. It's a huge car, obviously, but it's still quite nicely proportioned. I think that elongated look, the flat look close to the road, I quite like that personally, and I prefer that over the SUVs and the crossovers. It's very much comparable to the Tesla Model S, of course. That's the easy comparison to make. But I think it offers a very different feel of the car and a very different philosophy behind it. So that's kind of cool to see. And the technology that Xpeng manages to cram into that car obviously is pretty cool as well. And that is all I got for you in this video. I hope to drive the P7 sometime soon, so stay tuned for that. Give it a sub to the channel if you don't want to miss any updates. And a thumbs up for this video is always appreciated as well, of course. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!